Okay, so last week I did What If Goku Was in Marvel Comics, right? Video's doing very well. The follow up videos did well too. So I decided let's do another version of that Goku video, but put them in DC Comics. So I allowed my server to ask some questions, propose some scenarios. Then I went to the YouTube community tab, asked you guys myself. I considered 10 different scenarios and questions, and we're going to break them down today. I haven't researched these points yet. I haven't looked into them deeply or anything. So you're going to get my honest take on these scenarios, which I think makes the video a little more interesting. So if you like content like this, if you like what if scenarios, scaling, crossover events, all that, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to Kai, the newest member. If you want to become a member and you want to learn how to get a 50% discount, just comment down below before you do anything else. Just comment, hey, interested in the membership, and I'll hit you up. But anyways, this is Goku in DC Comics with 10 different questions and scenarios. I hope you guys enjoy, and let's begin. Now, first one, number one, Goku meets Batman. Now, this is more so a question of people wanted to know what would Batman think of Goku in this situation? Like, based on their personalities, what would he think of Goku? So, this more so is based on the fact that Goku has a tendency to test himself, which means not show off, but allow others to get stronger so that he can fully test himself as a warrior. He's not doing it to be hateful or anything. It's just how he feels he truly tests himself as a warrior, which does make sense. Like, if you're a fighter, you want to fight the best fighter. You don't want to fight weak fighters because you're trying to prove you truly are one of the best. So, with that in mind, I don't think Batman would hate him as much as people think. My reason for this is actually, it stems from post-crisis Supergirl run that I covered, in which Supergirl wilded out all the time. She was crazy, always testing herself, getting people to test her, things like that. Batman got along with her just fine. They did have that connection of the parents thing, but Goku doesn't have his parents either. Goku's, crash landed here. So I think there's a lot more opportunities for Batman to get along with Goku and actually try to even rein him in potentially, more so than there would be Batman just outright hating Goku because he likes to test himself and stuff. I don't see that scenario happening as much as people think. I believe Batman, especially because Goku is actually someone he could get to, like, help the team and be a valuable asset. If he can rein that in, it's a huge plus. So I think with that logic, Batman actually would like Goku. Number two, probably the most cancerous of all these, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku versus the Justice League. Who wins? Obviously, I think it's fair if you consider mid to high end Justice League, because Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku's his high end. So with that in mind, the league would stomp if we're taking their high end feats. But if you look at on average, because and this is where I really, especially with characters like Flash, this is where I lose my mind. When people are like, oh, Flash speed blitzes everybody, he's consistently irrelevant speed, all this stuff, right? Cool. Is this the same guy who beasts with a dude that throws boomerangs? Is this the same guy that beasts with a dude that uses mirrors? Mirrors? Part 1 Naruto beats with someone that had mirrors. And you're telling me Flash is consistently irrelevant speed? Stop it. So, I think if you put, like, the average league against Goku, he's putting in work. However, characters like Superman always can let loose and turn it up. So that's the big problem. So I do think against the average league, Master Ultra Instinct Goku is very problematic. But with hacks, this ain't character, because, like, Goku's not going to go after Batman first. That's stupid. Goku's going after the people he sends power from. It's not going to be Batman. That's going to let Batman slip away and pull something off or coordinate another attack. So the league would take him down, but Goku would do a lot of damage. Number three, who would like him most in the league? I like this question. That's interesting. For me, characters I think of right away, Flash, because Flash is he has a childish side to him. He has a playful side. Shazam is probably the best though, because Shazam is a literal child, a teenager. He would be the one to most likely get along with the innocence and the playfulness of Goku, at least in my opinion. I don't think anyone else would have a big issue with Goku, but in terms of people that would actually get along with him, I do see Shazam as the front runner, given he's Billy Batson's a literal kid. Next one, who would his main enemies be? Man, this is a weird one, because Goku doesn't really have main enemies. He has people he beefs with in the moment, kind of deal, like just the whatever bad guy pulls up, that's who he's fading. Darkseid obviously would be a big shared enemy for him with everybody else. When I say enemy, I don't mean I view Goku and Darkseid as rivals. I think sometimes people misinterpret enemies for rivals, but Darkseid represents something Goku would hate and want to stop, because Batman's an enemy of Darkseid. So like a lot of the Justice League shared villains, I would imagine Goku would beef with as well. I could definitely see Lex Luthor being a problem for Goku, because Lex would probably try to weaponize him, use him, discover his people, discover where he comes from, discover his power, see if he's like Superman. It's the curious, intelligent types, similar to how I referenced it in Marvel. Those are the most dangerous and problematic, but I do see Lex Luthor and Darkseid being the main ones he's written to beef with, as well as Sinestro. I could see Sinestro being a big beefer with Goku. That would be interesting too, because they're both very proud characters, both willing to throw down too. So that would make for interesting beefs. But Sinestro's a lot smarter than him, so I'm not sure. But yeah, Doomsday. I could see Goku loving to fight Doomsday. Are you serious? Somebody that regens and adapts to fighting, and Goku can just fight him all the time. Hopefully doesn't die. Obviously, high-end Doomsday would slaughter him, but like we're assuming they're around the same level, so average for each, and then they would clash. Like Goku would love that. So I could see Doomsday being a big one too. That's a very interesting question, but I like the Doomsday, Darkseid, Sinestro, Lex Luthor's of the DC universe. I think they would be big ones for him. Now, number 5. What if the Saiyans also joined DC as well, not just Goku? That, I'm not going to be considering the mainline Saiyans like Vegeta and all them. I'm more so considering the race than, the main characters. So if the race was in there, like I mentioned with Lex Luthor, I could see some of the big brain gang boys in DC trying to weaponize the Saiyans. Would they be viewed like Kryptonians? Kryptonians at their highest are a lot stronger, whereas Saiyans, they are all very strong, but they don't have super duper outliers, like Superman in the story of Superman, Cosmic Armor Superman, all those are outliers. Superboy Prime, Superman Prime, like stuff like that. Those are all outliers, but actually one of the primes is technically from regular Earth, but I digress. But anyways, yeah, I think with the race, the Saiyan race in DC, it would more so, I think they would be written to get eliminated early. Probably in a crisis event, or maybe in a Lantern story. But yeah, I don't see a race that powerful being mainstays and being allowed to hang around a lot without getting reined in some way. So that's an interesting one, but yeah, I definitely see either someone smart trying to take them over or someone wiping them out because of their potential. Number 6. How would Batman prep against Goku? So this question should obviously be referencing the Batman with prep meme. I think prepping for Goku for Batman actually would more so come down to either one of two things: catching him off guard because you can catch Goku off guard and really mess him up. Or, on the other side of things, just straight up out muscling him, because he doesn't have a kryptonite kind of like Superman does, where it's an obvious weakness you can exploit. Goku's an idiot. Sure, we can take advantage of that, but he's also very smart in fights. You know, he has a really good, especially on guard, Goku has a very good battle sense, so we're not going to underestimate him then. So getting him in an actual fight, he becomes very dangerous, very smart in a fight. So Batman would probably, because there's no actual obvious weakness, he's either going to make a suit strong enough to blatantly overpower Goku, or he's going to try to take him by surprise or catch him off guard. Number 7. Who would he train with? Okay, so this is one I actually have thought about a little bit before, not going to lie, because the reason I did was when it was initially asked, I was like, wow, that is a very interesting question. So I think everybody initially would think of characters like Batman to be his sensei and martial arts instructor and all that. Nope, that's not who I'm thinking of. For me personally, I think it would be more interesting and it would make more sense if he trained with a character like Wonder Woman. One, even Batman has recognized how potent and skilled of a fighter Diana is. And then 2, she's one of the strongest characters in the mainline characters. So she can actually spar with Goku. She can actually fight with him and hands-on train him. She's not significantly weaker than him or anything, especially in Rebirth and that new Infinite Frontier or whatever. I think she's a god now. So, like, yeah, she could definitely train with him. So because of her experience, her power, and her reputation, I really think Goku Wonder Woman as a pairing in which he's trying to learn from her would be fascinating, and I think he would learn a lot under Wonder Woman and improve drastically. Right. Next up, not as controversial as you'd think either, Goku and Superman. How would that dynamic play out? I don't see them beefing. Superman's not someone that exactly beefs with a bunch of people. Sure, they might spar, they might train together, that's not beefing. And I could definitely see that happening because Superman's going to allow Goku to spar with him, especially because he's not going to want Goku sparring people that he's going to hurt or anything. So Superman would definitely be up for that. But I see this being written more so as like a Thor, Beta Ray Bill type relationship, where Goku's not technically inferior to Superman in the writing, but he is almost like a little brother in a way. And it would be fascinating to read them teaming up, them beefing with people, them helping each other. Because while Superman is, you know, really intelligent, he's mature in a lot of ways. He does have some innocence to him that, you know, you could see in both characters. Goku obviously ripped off a bunch of stuff from Superman. Gonna get hate in comments from that, but it's pretty freaking obvious. I mean, like, came down to Earth as a stranded alien baby, grows up with his race thinking he's human, beefs with people from his old planet, stuff like that. Like, come on, dog. But anyways, I do think they'd be fun to read, though, as like a Thor, Beta Ray Bill style storytelling. I think that would be the best fit for Goku and Superman as a dynamic in DC. Next up, what team would he likely join? Interesting question. Suicide Squad would be hilarious because we would for sure need context for why the hell Goku's on the Suicide Squad. I could see him becoming a Lantern. A Green Lantern in particular. That would not shock me at all. So that would technically count as a group. I would say that's most likely the leading contender for the group Goku would join is Green Lantern Corps. But after that, depending on how old he is, like if Goku showed up as a teen or if it was Gohan, I could see the Titans being a perfect fit. Just absolutely perfect fit depending on age. But outside of that, probably Green Lantern Corps. That's probably the one I'm going to go with. Final question. How would I introduce him? I think the best way to bring Goku into DC as a storyteller would probably be to bring him in with a lantern story. It doesn't matter which lanterns. The lanterns, to me, serve the same kind of purpose as I view someone like the Fantastic Four and Marvel, which is to explore space, introduce new concepts, ideas, and alien things to the universe. And Goku fits that description perfectly. I wasn't going to go the Lantern Discovery route. I would probably go Superman discovering him and accidentally maybe fighting him, starting off fighting him. They beef on accident. Similar to Thor Beta Ray Bill introduction. I just think, like you could say Superman goes to check out where Krypton was because he senses something there and it's Goku. That would be lit. Something like that. But the lantern stories make sense. You don't have to make Goku a lantern in that story. It could just be the lanterns discovering him while monitoring one of their space sectors. It's pretty simple. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think. How would you introduce Goku to DC Comics? How would you answer some of these questions that I answered? What are your thoughts? Keep it peaceful in the comments. Keep it laid back and fun. This was a fun video to do. Thank you guys for watching. We're on the road to 10K. It's been your boy, YFV, your favorite villain, and I will see y'all later. Peace.